Alright, here we are again. Everyday kind of carry situation. I have my Ruger Evo flashlight. These are a great combination. Use these every day. These are two versatile tools I can bring with me wherever I go, and they're very handy. And then I've also got my XDS in the Santis holster. Before I do a draw, you got to practice safely. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it slowly. Carefully. There it is. As you can see on there, you can see, little chamber indicator is up, the trigger is forward. There are rounds in the magazine. I'm going to go ahead and remove the magazine. And then I'm going to go ahead and lock the slide back. And there you see, there's no magazine in the mag well. And you can see, hopefully, there's no round in the chamber. I don't know if you heard it, but this round was in the chamber. Once you've made the pistol safe, you could dry fire it there, but I like to go a step further. Go ahead and rack the slide a couple times, then do a chamber check. Some people like to go from the front, back. Some people don't like their hand in front of it. I understand that. I've already racked the slide a number of times, but I like to do just a little peek check. Yep, it is clear. I'm going to show you right there again. That's what I'm doing right here. Just peeking in there. See if there's nothing there. Then I know it's safe. I can put it in the safe direction and pull the trigger. Go ahead and reholster it. Alright, now that it's reholstered, I'm going to go ahead and do a practice draw. I was looking at the view screen while doing that, so now I'm going to do a better practice draw by keeping my eyes forward. Got a little held up there on my shirt. Got to really make sure to pull it high. About a week of the holster, of the pistol in the holster, sitting there 24 hours a day, and then a week of carrying it inside the holster to break it in. So it's about 2 weeks to break it in, at least for my particular holster. It took about 2 weeks. And the first week it was 24 hours a day. Second week I was drawing it, but I was two hands to pull that sucker out, put it in. But now it works pretty slick. Going to do a little discussion on the Springfield XDS that I'm holding here. It's always a good idea that when you practice with your pistol, especially when you're practicing new on, you do it with it unloaded. I like to keep the magazine even free of the pistol. Not saying I never practice with an unloaded magazine, but I triple check the magazine, and even though I've secured the weapon and I'm in a room without any ammo, before I even pull that trigger, I'll just pull it back. And I'll show you what I'm doing there to peek by putting a real round in there. So here's a magazine. Chamber round. Okay. The loaded chamber indicator is up. See that there? And the trigger is engaged. See that? So if I were to press this back strap, pull this trigger, it would shoot a round through that wall. That would not be good. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the magazine for a second. Less variables to work with. So what I'm doing here, see if I can turn this so you can see a little bit better, is I'm just peeking so that I don't see this. See that? See that glinting off there? I can tell there is a round in that chamber. I very much do not want to pull this. So aside from knowing it's always loaded until you check and then double check that it's loaded, I in fact know for a number of reasons this pistol is loaded, not the least of which is actually peeked in there. So we'll go ahead and clear that round. Now you want to rotate. If I keep loading this round into the chamber, eventually it's going to shorten up a little bit, and that'll be a problem. So I'm using the rule of thumb is for a week, from a Sunday to a Sunday. At the end of that, when it's the second Sunday, I'll just go ahead and put a little black dot with a Sharpie on the primer, so I know this one spent a week being chambered in the front, and so on and so on, so I can rotate them through. Honestly, since I can't actually concealed carry out of my house because that's not been passed yet in my state, this round will usually not be chambered, but practicing with that a little bit. But I'm in the house going to keep it on primarily without one in the chamber because I'm in my house and I can't actually concealed carry out in public yet. But coming up soon. Anyway, now that the weapon's been secured, before I pull that trigger, I like to pull back and there's not that glow. Consequently, that's another one of the supposed selling points, or not supposed, it's one of the selling points of the self-defense ammo, is they put it in the nickel finished exterior case so it's easier to see inside. Honestly, I think the brass is super easy to see too, but this does catch lice. It'd be hard to argue, and you'd argue unsuccessfully that it's, of course, going to be easier to see this because it reflects better. Is it make it a heck of a lot easier? Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. Either way, self-defense ammo generally comes with a nickel case anyway, so it's kind of a moot point primarily. I know if I ever have to send a round down, I want it to be a round that's been specifically designed for self-defense. Not just for stopping power and for safety of everyone involved, but for my safety in the court of law, where anything and everything can be used against you. In a country like ours, you need to be safe and be smart. Thanks for watching. Oh, I should have showed you that. You see how dark that was a second ago? Then just one quick wipe. It's nice and shiny again. I do like how Springfield went ahead and polished that ramp. You can still see it.